That is Stealing Signs with their track So. Before that, you heard interview part 1 with Stealing Signs. As you can hear, they're very talented at music. They're also quite talented at interviews. So it is now time for part 2 of Stealing Signs interview on Roundhouse Radio. I am Matt Barnes, this is Stealing Signs.
Right, I read something about something to do with Jamie Oliver. Okay, tell me about.
Jamie's a good guy, Don't know him personally, so I can't really call him Jamie.
He went to my school once to do that school dinners thing.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I've only got good things to say about it.
Okay. Say good things away then.
It was really random. Basically, he did an unsigned act competition. And that's kind of like the last competition that we got involved with. And he basically picked a few bands that he liked and he heard over MySpace and sort of did a little review on them and said, you know, people had to vote on it. It was basically a ploy to get people onto his website, basically. Yeah. And we were involved with it, and it actually got us, you know, quite a bit of publicity. You know, it was hilarious because, like, literally on our MySpace or on our Facebook page or whatever, we've got a quote from like NME that's obviously quite relevant, and then we have a quote from Jamie Oliver, the celebrity chef, and it looks as if we're just messing around, but he literally did say those things about us. So it's quite a nice little, you know, addition to our band that there was once a brief relationship with a celebrity chef.
It was so brief.
But worth it.
Worth it. Well, I find disappointed we didn't get like any food out of it.
Great.
Because nothing. We had literally nothing. We were in that competition, and we are, you know, the winning. If you won it, you like won like basically. He put a gig on in London, and like you got like there was like record labels and stuff that he was going to get like people down there for whatever apparently. And we didn't win it or anything, but even in the thing, you know, I thought it was going to be like in years before you'd play his barbecue or something like that. So you get, you know, some good food. There's none of that.
And then you find all these like famous peeps that Jamie knows.
Yeah, I didn't even get. I didn't even get a recipe.
Zero. I mean, yeah. Imagine if like you sent a sandwich through the post or something. Yeah. You didn't win, but here's a sandwich.
Yeah. Or just, you know, you didn't win, but here's some good cooking ideas for you and your lunch.
You changed the name back in 2007, yeah?
Yeah.
Why was that?
The last one was Spudwinkles.
It was a ridiculous name. Well, I mean, basically, when we first started, we were a joke band, and we were. I mean, it was brilliant. You know, it was hilarious because
I'd say more gimmick.
Yeah, more gimmick. Yeah, one of our songs was called Genesis, and it was basically us playing a little bit of music in the background, and our old bassist reading out of the Bible.
Yeah, just read the Bible.
You know, we were just good fun, and then basically a mate of ours sent a demo to NME, and they reviewed it, and you know said, you know, that's pretty good. You should change your name though. And then we just sort of decided, hang on a minute, maybe we should get a little bit more serious about this.
But it was weird though. Like a lot of people, because of where we were Spudwinkles at school, and then like in sort of year, like the end of school, so not year 11. So there's sort of like 5, you know, sort of 3 or 4 years, like 4 years of like people that used to listen to us, and loads of people were like, just like, why did you change your name from Spudwinkles? And like, obviously, like when we were 15 in a joke band, and we were like, I'm not going to change our name. We're like, this is what we're about. But now it's just, you know, it's cringy just to even say the name. So like, it's a bit like, well, just think about Spudwinkles. No one's ever going to take you seriously.
It's quite nice now as well. Like, not to get like too epic about it, but I kind of feel like that it was a completely, you know, different part of our band experience. So now it is very much Stealing Signs, you know, with Steve being in the band and our new music and everything. It's more, you know, concentrated and more aiming towards something, I suppose, rather than Spudwinkles, which was just, a bit of a laugh. And it was brilliant for the time that we did it, but it wouldn't suit us being 21-year-old guys now.
And does the new name mean anything, or is it just...
Right, yeah. Basically, well,
We'll divulge, shall we? We'll divulge.
there's two main reasons for it. First of all, we have stolen so many signs over the years.
Our hometown had to renew all of their signs because pretty much one of every road sign got stolen.
It's basically, it even got to a point where people were stealing them for us.
People were like, I heard you wanted signs, we got a bit larged up the other night, we nicked a few for you, back of my house in the garage. They're like, oh right, we got them. It was like we got them in swap or something. And
then basically all these signs that we collected, we decorated our practice studio with them. So it's basically just filled with signs, and then we had a song called Stealing Signs, and it just fits our kind of music. I think it's a kind of a light-hearted rebellion.
Yeah, and it's quite like it's really odd, but like especially like quite in our, because like Jay said, like people started stealing them for us. Just in our group of friends and stuff. It wasn't just like it's not just something that like four of us did. It was like, it was sort of that time when you were 18 and there was a big group of friends, and it's sort of like still the same group of friends. So it kind of like was a bit of a community sort of like respect for like feel for them in a way. Like.
Okay, right. You're in the midst of a competition right now. Tell me about that.
All right, okay. Basically, there's a label called Band Republic, and what they do is they take 8 bands, and there's 8 finalists, and people have to vote for which band they think should win a record deal. The record deal is just literally for one single, and the aim of it is to sort of break that band into the top 40, so that people will sort of, they'll buy the single in the week that it comes out, and a bigger label will notice them and sort of sign them up. Once the band is actually chosen, the way the Band Republic do it on the website is that everyone sort of chooses what you do. So you have a list, you have 2 or 3 songs, they choose the song they want to vote for, they choose the artwork, I think there's things like publicity stunts, they all sort of vote for what they think. Try and like basically it's everyone involved in it with the idea of getting more people to buy your single when it's released. But yeah, you basically go on to www.bandrepublic.com, and you have to register to an email address before you can vote. So it's not quite as, it's not a 30-second thing. It takes like 2-3 minutes, but it's it'd be very good if you could vote if you're listening to this. For us,
You've got my
obviously.
vote.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you have coming up in the future?
Well, we got that thing which is obviously going to be a major push. It starts on the 14th of July and goes on for 3 weeks. So basically during that period we're going to just proper get people to vote for that. We're doing another load of radio shows, and we're doing gigs and
None
stuff.
as good as this one, though.
None as good as this radio show, obviously.
We do another recording as well.
We're recording pretty
It's
soon.
wicked recording studio. It's in Suffolk called Monkey Puzzle, which we did our demo at the start of the year there, and yeah, it's just a really wicked, awesome environment to do stuff. And we're going back there again, which is cool.
Yeah, we've also just lined up a gig, which is a bit random. We're supporting a band called the Nightingales in London, and also a Phil Jupitus DJ set, which is, is a bit of a laugh. It'd be nice to meet him and everything, and chat to him for a bit.